Okay, so welcome, Sue, to my 3 ways to create the career you love masterclass. Tonight is Thursday, not Tuesday. I do Tuesday webinars. Thursday webinar on this, and it's July 11. I can't believe that half of the summer is over. And Sue is here tonight to join me, and I'm going to share the slides in a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on. I got to share first. Hold on. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. You see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So you show up on the side instead of in front of me. But so the reason why I bring this up is that I have found that there are 3 ways to create the career you love. And a lot of people are stuck in where they are in their careers, in their life in general. And so I brought this, and I'm going to share a little bit about me, Sue. This is my next slide, that who I am. And I'm going to give you a background how I got started with this. I got laid off in 2003, and I call myself a freedom strategist. And I was a corporate career woman back in the day. I was with Pitney Bowes, and I got laid off. I was in the training and development department. And I found myself stuck as a corporate woman, not knowing what I wanted to do next. And so I had never been laid off. I found myself afraid, stuck. I just didn't know what to do. And although I liked training and development, I was a single mom with 2 kids at the time. And I didn't want to be a contract trainer. I didn't want to travel. It just wasn't feasible. So I started to network. And so what I do now is I help career women, I help entrepreneurs that want to up-level the business. I help corporate women who want to get to the next thing, but they just don't know what that next thing is. And I started networking with meetup.com. And I don't know if you're familiar with Meetup. It's something to go on to find different groups that are aligned with what your interests are. I actually have 2 groups myself on Meetup called Connecticut Women Transforming Their Life. And then I have another one, Connecticut Business Owners, business coaching for entrepreneurs in the Milford area. And Meetup is a way to network with women. So Sue, I would highly recommend Meetup to find other people that are aligned with your interest. And I met a woman in Hamden, Connecticut, who was a facilitator for the program that I offer now to my clients called the Passion Test. And that's the tool that I use today that really gives you the clarity that you need, because I didn't know what I wanted. I was afraid. I had no direction. I was caught in this loop and I just was stuck. Okay. Mm-hmm. So today, my focus is helping those women that are stuck and want to be excited with their careers. They want to wake up every day excited and know what they want to do. Now, even if you're in a career, in a corporate job, but if you love what you're doing, it's okay. It's great. I found through this tool that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, transforming other women's lives, and to really find passion and joy and fulfillment with their career and make money while loving what they do. Yeah. Okay. Sue, as we're going through, because it's only you today, this is a one-on-one. This is awesome. So now you're located in Milford, so I know where you live. Yeah. What is your biggest challenge today with your career, your business? Any challenge you'd like to share?
Okay.
Well, tell me more about you too.
Yeah, if you want to talk more about my Shackley business, that's always been my challenge.
Okay. Okay.
It always is. Following up, picking up the phone, talking to people about it, trying not to feel salesy. You notice that Sierra used the word salesy.
Yes.
And I don't feel like I am, but I think that we all have that sales potential in us. Mm-hmm. I think Sierra does because she's selling her business. But if you're uncomfortable in what you're talking about, you might become salesy.
True. So, okay. So are you uncomfortable with what you're selling?
No, I love, the thing is that I think that I've spread myself out so much.
Okay.
There was a time, and I mentioned it the other night, that it was personal training, kind of roller coaster. You got clients at the gym, you've got home clients, you have a studio client, and people go on vacation. Like this month, all my training is like, there's not much.
Right.
But I have this other company that I've been working for about almost 5 years, and that has grown quite a bit. And that's given me stability, but it's also training, fitness, working with seniors, working with Alzheimer and dementia, kind of like pulling me in a different direction, but still, and finding a lot of passion and love in it. So
Good.
what I guess my struggle is that I made this decision about a month ago not to go to the convention in Shackley.
Okay.
And my upline kind of turned it around and said, you can't quit. There's no quitting, and I've always had that in the back of my mind. Like, if I do quit, if I do drop my business status, how am I going to, I'm going to feel awful.
Yes, I know the feeling.
And that's how I'm feeling. And I think I mentioned that on Tuesday. I'm feeling, it's emotional. That's why I had a healing on it, because, and it's my own head. So it's a lot of that. So I don't know if I'm answering that particular question, what my biggest challenge is.
Okay.
There's part of me that wants to say, I don't want to do this anymore. There's a lot of me, but then there's a part of me that just doesn't want to let go of it, because I've been doing it for 22 years. I've been a director of business, what do they call it? Business director.
Okay.
And, and I used to make some pretty good money. Now I just make enough money to buy my products. I spend more money than I make.
Okay.
But
sometimes it's good to let go of things that are not serving you. And if it's not serving you, because the energy that you're putting out there is affecting you possibly being successful in your personal training, in your Canaway business.
Mm-hmm.
So following your passion and, aligning your life with what is your purpose, like what direction you want to go. And if Canaway is the direction, and your personal training with the Alzheimer patients is the place that gives you more fulfillment, then sometimes we have to let go of things in order to have other things enter our life. And you mentioned the thing, your head trash. Yes. Our head trash is so powerful because it impacts us every day. Our thoughts are just and then it affects our actions, our behaviors, what we're putting out there. Last night I was on a webinar and he was talking about words that we use that change your words, change your life. And one of the things he was saying was, like, for example, instead of using the word but, use the word and. More powerful, more positive, putting out those positive vibrations. Mm-hmm. Instead of saying a problem, say it's a challenge. Mm-hmm. It's not a problem, it's a challenge. Mm-hmm. Say, instead of saying I'm late, saying my apologies. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you see how the spin when you're saying these words?
Yeah, the words make a big difference. They do.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So, if you're holding on to feeling, part of you wants to let go, but that guilt is holding you back, possibly from moving forward with something else.
Yeah, what I feel like I have also is old habits.
Mm-hmm.
Habits from, I've been a Shackley director for 22 years.
Yeah.
And direct marketing, network marketing, it's changed on how we approach. We used to always, like, everybody you saw next to you, and even my family would say, Mom, just because I told you I have an ache in my elbow, you have the answer to everything.
Yep.
and I have been like that. And so what happened is that I've pulled back from it,
Okay.
because I don't also like how I sound, if I'm talking to somebody. Like
Okay.
even last night when I was talking to you, you were talking about arthritis. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, CBD oil, I was listening to you, I truly was, and I was caring for you.
Thank you.
But I had a suggestion. And you know what? I walked away. I didn't walk away feeling bad because I knew that at some point I would chat about with you. But that's what's happening also, is that I have this self-doubt about myself.
Okay. So self-doubt about yourself. Okay. Okay. That is so so common. Even when I think about me, when I got laid off, and then I, really the doubt, and even exiting my full-time job last year, the doubt, the fear, the lack of belief in yourself that you can do it, and just not having the confidence, that is huge. The courage. I mean, it's just huge. So we do have doubt but it begins with our mindset. It really does. It all begins here, in your beliefs that you have and how you view yourself, how you think of yourself, and sometimes we look at the outside for us to feel a certain way, and people, our experiences that we've had as a child, and then it carries into our adulthood, and we have these beliefs that come into our life because of our childhood, our upbringing, how we're raised is huge.
Yeah.
For me, I came from a scarcity mindset. I was raised that money was never enough. Money is the root of all evil. Only the rich get richer.
All those words, yeah.
All the money is the root of all evil. And to this day, my dad still believes that. And so I've had to really shift my mindset to think differently. And through self-development, reading and watching other people, and just getting really engrossed in other people. I'm just like a junkie on books. If you see my office here, I have tons of books.
Yeah, and I just moved, so I kind of had to get rid of stuff,
Yep.
I had a healing with Lori the other day, and she said, Sue, in your childhood, were you taught never to quit? I said, oh, absolutely.
That's right. That's right.
We had to work. I was from a working family. I worked since I was 6 years old.
Probably. Me too. And it's so true. I worked since 16 as well. And one of the quotes that I like is that winners never quit, and quitters never win. And I forgot who said that, but it's something that I've always believed in. Never quit. Never quit. And it is, if you don't have struggles, it also doesn't build character.
Yeah.
As well. Well, thank you for sharing your challenge with me today.
Thank you. All right.
No, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And it's the two of us tonight. So my question is, how many, who wants more fulfillment and more joy? This is something that, think about a time when you felt passionate about something. How did you feel when you were passionate about something? Can you recall a time when you were passionate about something?
I can. I still feel like I have some passion, definitely in my personal training, and but if you want to go way back, I mean, there was a lot of passion when I was a mom and I had a baby, and
Okay.
joy in that. I wasn't supposed to have children. I was diagnosed when I was very young with cancer, breast cancer, and they told me I'd never have children. They never even told me I was going to live.
Really?
Wow. 66 years old. But in those days, in 1980, they didn't know much. But for a 26-year-old to have breast cancer, then it was different. So the joy, my marriage, my husband, my family, there's always been a lot of joy. There was a lot of joy when I actually passed the personal training test, because I was huge. That was a lot for me.
Of course, that's a lot of work.
It is. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of book work, and I've never given myself enough credit when it comes to my education because I didn't have that much. You know, it was with my family.
Right, right, right.
So that was huge, you know, but my husband always, you know, supported me.
Good. Now, how many kids do you have?
I have two. And they're both in their 30s. I have a 30-year-old and a 32-year-old.
Awesome. Boy, girl?
Girl first, boy.
Me too.
Yeah.
36-year-old daughter and 31 next month boy.
Oh, okay. Same.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, kids bring you joy. They bring you stresses, and they bring you stresses and worry. But I think
you're always worried about them.
Oh yeah, you're always worried about them. But I think that when they get older and you see them being good people, I think that you've done a good job as a parent. I look at that for myself with my kids. But one of the things that I put in here, as you'll notice, is that over 80% of working Americans are not passionate about what they do.
Yeah.
And so my goal is to really ensure that you're part of the 20 that are passionate, because people just go in jobs, they're stuck, they're just going through the flow, job to job, paycheck to paycheck, and they're just not, they don't even know what to do. And they just are stuck. They really are stuck, and they just have no direction. And that's where I was. That I have to say, when I was laid off, I said to my boss, I said, you know, another door is going to open. I don't know what that door is going to be. And I was happy that I was no longer commuting to the city every day from Milford. Okay. It was an hour and a half each way.
I know. It's a long
and I was in New York the day of 9/11. I was supposed to be in 9/11 in the towers that day. And I canceled an appointment that I had and said I was going to go there the next day. So I was actually supposed to be in one of the towers.
Were you? Wow.
I was. And so when I look, and my husband and I had just gotten married in May of that year, and it was in September. And it was, you know, I was not meant to go, and there was something else. And then in November, I got laid off. So I was meant to do something else. But at the time, I just didn't know. And I think that if you continue to believe in yourself and have faith that something else is going to happen, you just don't know what. And so that was my mindset at the time. I was like, okay, I got laid off, got a good severance, took some time off. That's when I got into Mary Kay. And that's where the bug of the entrepreneurship, the flexibility, the freedom that I got a taste of. And Mary Kay, I have to say, their philosophy about God first, family second, career third, really resonated with me. And I was blessed to be part of that organization for a while, because that whole the network marketing model is the best.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's incredible the money you can make. Definitely Shackley is under that, you know, with the way they pay.
Yes, and, I'm sure. I'm sure.
And, you know, they actually talk to you more about building a team. It's team building.
It is. It's all about team. That's where you can make the money. It's the team.
Yeah, it's building your team. And all I did is really just sell products.
Me too.
So you sell products and you don't follow up. You don't do what you need to be doing. Hey, how's that?
I know. It's following a system.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, or you don't reach anybody because nobody answers the phone anymore.
I know. Tell me about it. Is that frustrating?
Text, you know, and then you don't hear from them and you go, oh, what did I say wrong in there? And all that self-doubt. But, you know, it was interesting. Yesterday, my upline, she did a call, and it really came. She's been in the business for 44 years, and they, you know, very well, and they knew Dr. Shackley, and she talked with her heart and her soul, and it kind of brought me back to why I got involved with that company.
Okay.
Yes, I did love the products. I saw results immediately. I couldn't stop telling people, but there's a lot more to Shackley, a lot more to the business, a lot more to everything that really pulled me in. And so that was a little eye-opener. I have to give her a call at some point. I'm not ready to, you know, but I want to compliment her on it, and everybody, you know.
Okay, that's awesome. No, that's
that was a nice, you know, aha moment for me. But is it enough for you know, I'm definitely not going to the convention, but you know, I got to still, it's going to be a miracle if what I do this month. It's halfway
Okay.
over.
Okay. And one of the, like my friend, the one that does the Juice Plus, and she said to me, she said, you know, Tina, it would be selfish of me not to share this
Yeah.
product.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't look at it as selling.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's serving. And so,
Mm-hmm.
and again, it's you're shifting your mindset. If you really think about it, how it's helped you and you're sharing it to someone else, it's not salesy. It's you are serving someone. You're selfish if you don't let it someone else know about it.
It's so true. It's like you have a secret. You can't let it, you don't want to tell anybody.
Exactly. I mean, so when you go to a restaurant and you like it, you go to a hotel, you
Yeah.
like it, don't you refer it? So this is referring. You're referring someone and say, hey, I tried this. This is how it's helped me. It could help you too. So you know when she said that to me, I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. And so she really has a way to educate, not sell,
Mm-hmm.
that you really are open to helping her, connecting with her, working with her, just finding ways to work with her
Mm-hmm.
because of the way she approaches it.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not selling Juice Plus. When I met her, she never mentioned the word Juice Plus. I didn't even know what she was doing, that she was only in the wellness and she was educating. And I was like, oh, and then she'll come out and tell you, but you really don't know until you ask her.
Kind of reminds me of Amway. Amway did that.
Yes, and Monavie, a lot of Monavie
They
people
would
with
invite,
Amway.
yeah, they would invite you to meetings and you didn't know what kind of meeting you were at until all of a sudden at the end, and it's Amway, you know, but
Which is kind of deceiving. That's one of the things that I
deceiving.
didn't like. I didn't like that because
Oh no, really?
Monavie, we would tell people, like when we were inviting people, would say, look, this
Yeah,
is a health and wellness company. It's called Monavie,
yeah.
and come and listen to it. It's totally up to
Mhm.
you.
Yeah.
There's no pressure.
Mhm.
You give me your opinion and you might know someone, but we let them know because
It's
that's one of the
important.
things that they used to tell us, because a lot of Monavie people were from Amway.
Yeah. Well, that's what's put the network marketing, you know,
A bad name. That's what
bad
gave it a bad
name.
name.
Bad name.
Yes.
Oh, you're in network marketing. What is that? You know, that's a pyramid. That's this.
And I would always respond, working in corporate was a pyramid.
Yeah.
Okay. So the three steps I wanted to get to
Okay.
this
Yeah.
next. So
Yeah.
the three steps that are necessary is intention is one of them. So when you think of intention, like it says here, you're consciously and clearly stating what you choose to create. So you are every day setting an intention. You know, I set an intention for tonight's call. There were over 6 people that registered, RSVP'd, that were attending. They even registered on my website that they were attending. They set an intention, but they still didn't show up. That's okay. It is what is. Okay, so I set the intention that I'm going to communicate my message and to people and see what nugget you walk away with tonight. It could be one little thing that that you will apply and you'll say, you know, I'm going to change this. So intention, because a lot of times in our life, we are just we're winging it. We're not intentional. We just go with it. And we don't really sit back and say, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing today? What am I consciously creating today? You know, and it could be as simple as I am setting the intention that I'm going to have a great day. I am going to meet great people. My intention today is that I am grateful that I'm alive. I woke up healthy. I'm going to meet great people. Whatever your intention is, every day set an intention. One of the things that I've started doing is every week I pick a word that I want to create for the week, an intention for the week. So like this week, it was productive. My word was productive. Another week, it could be creative. Another week, it could be self-care. Another week, it could be results. Another week, it could be clients. It could be whatever your intention. So every week, I create a word. I actually create a word every year at the beginning of the year, what my theme for the year is. And my theme for this year was the word catapult. And I have it on my vision board. I do vision board workshops every year.
Okay.
And I set that intention that I'm going to catapult my life, my business, whatever that is. So intention is so huge. So let me ask you, do you set intentions every day? Like, have you do?
I do. But every morning, whether I jump out, I don't jump out of bed, but
Neither.
Yeah, kind of lay there for a second.
Yep.
I do a lot of talking in the mirror to myself.
Good.
And I guess where that came from is when I was diagnosed at 26 years old, the oncologist that took care of me, when she first found out, she took this special time and she brought me in the bathroom and put me in front of the mirror and talked to me in the mirror and had me, look at myself and talk to myself and believe that just because I had cancer now, it didn't mean that every time I looked in that mirror, I was going to have cancer all the time. That eventually was all going to fade.
Okay.
And then I want you to say things. So, it all started there, but it's grown to other things. And I do.
Awesome.
I talk about how I'm a great personal trainer and I'm a great motivator and a good coach. And I want a safe program every morning. And I want to get to my place safe. And so I do, I intend, and because now I'm thinking, I intend what I want and it happens, but I don't intend some of the other stuff, which is I think you're getting to.
Yeah. So like attention is the next step. So it's what are you putting your attention on? Grow stronger. So are you focusing on the negative things? Are you focusing on positive? Wherever you're focusing on is where your energy is going to go, where you're going to be, whatever you focus on expands. Do whatever you can think to do to fulfill your intention, taking action. You can set intentions, but I always believe that what action are you taking? Because it does begin with that. I mean, you could have intentions, consciously creating, but you have to take action. You have to embrace the process. There is a process.
Yeah.
You can set goals, but are you doing it? Are you creating a process? Are you taking action?
You have to take action.
You have to take action. And that's really important to do. And the no tension, which is something that's been difficult for me, is the letting go and having peace inside of you that it's going to be taken care of, and being open to opportunities and really detaching yourself from the outcome, because we want to control the outcome. We want
that's me. That's me. Number 3.
I know that was hard. I got to be totally transparent with you. To this day, I pray and I speak words of positive. I say affirmations, and calmness is there. But there's times I say, okay, I don't know where the money's coming from, but it's going to come. And I know it's coming. And I have to let go, let God. For me, I believe in God. Whatever you believe in, whatever you believe in is up to you.
Yeah.
And you have to, and by the way, this tool that I coach was created by a woman called Janet Atwood. Her name is Janet Atwood, and she lives in Italy right now. She started this when she was living in California, and then she moved to Idaho or Iowa. And this is a global tool. She has a book called The Passion Test. And I got certified as a passion test facilitator, and by Janet herself. I met her in Atlantic City, New Jersey in 2012. That's when I started my business. And she herself was a recruiter like myself, hated her job, went to a meeting and met this woman who was doing a session on Say Yes to Success. And she created this tool. And are you familiar with Jack Canfield at all?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. From
Chicken Soup of the Soul series.
Yeah.
Books.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I've had some of his books.
Yes, I do too. And I actually met Jack last year in person in Boston. I went to one of his conferences, And he has a book that I highly recommend called Success Principles. It's a real thick book, but it's like a Bible. And he teaches you everything from visualization, gratitude. He applies these principles because he took the passion test himself from Janet, and it transformed his business that today he is sharing the message about success and how you can be successful in your life. He trains trainers to go out there and be one of Jack Canfield's trainers. And it transformed his life, that he realized that this is what he needs to do with his life. It wasn't just being a co-author of Chicken Soup of the Soul, but he was open to it and he let it go, that something else was happening in his life. He just didn't know what that was going to be. So this is an area that, you know, I suggest even for you, you know, when you're thinking about your Shakely business and where you want to go, maybe letting go the Shakely business might be what you want to do. Maybe that's what you're aligning your life to do. Maybe that's what you're letting go. Maybe, but being open to that it's okay, because a lot of times we let go things because something else is coming, that other doors of opportunities are coming. Because sometimes we hold on to things and we attach ourselves because we're control freaks, and we just don't let go.
Yeah.
And that's a work in progress for a lot of people, is number 3. For me, it was.
For me, I can relate to that, because even when I'm driving in between my clients, you know, or my facilities,
yeah,
I'm like, oh, I had such a great program. This was fun. Now I'm back. Okay, so I'm concerned about this. I need to call somebody. Maybe I'll send a text, you know. And there's a little part of me that has a hard time, like, writing the right words down, because I'm self-doubting myself. So I'm like, oh, I want to make sure I'm writing the right thing. I mean, you think I was a moron, but you know what I'm saying? It's like your mind can really.
Oh, yes. Your mind is really, it's really all here. I mean, I have a whole module on mindset that I work with my clients, entrepreneurs, because it begins with your mindset. There's a lot of beliefs that we have that are limiting ourselves. And then like I said earlier, childhood carries into adulthood. And it really prevents us from living a passionate life, from growing our business, our life in general. And if you're surrounding yourself with the wrong people, the toxic people, the cynical people, it creeps into your life. And a lot of times we have to let go of those people. And we may feel bad about it, but there's going to be other people that are going to come in our life that might be better. I mean, there's so many people that I believe that people come into your life, they serve a purpose, and then if they're meant to go, they're meant to go. And then I have other people that are meant to come in.
Yeah.
So I'm open to new people all the time, and I don't hang on to people.
Yeah, you know what? That's interesting that you say that. You know, sometimes I've had this, do have a reputation of retaining my clients for a long time.
Which is awesome. I mean, that's not a bad thing.
But then when I lose them, like I just lost these 2 people because I moved, you know, and I've had them for 4 years and they've had babies with me and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I'm missing that income because it was good income, but I'm missing that. I actually I always say I would go through like a grieving process, you know, that I've lost them. And today I just text her, can I come and visit? Yes, please come. And, you know, and I have to like push myself to keep that connection going.
Okay.
Because, you know, and that's a little bit me, where I can just say, all right, we're not training anymore, and I could just slip away. But I'm taking action on trying to connect with and stay connected with the people that I really like, you know, where I could say, all right, see you later, you know. So I know that's like two things, but as I'm talking to you, I am getting some aha moments on some
good. You know, I mean, meeting with her, staying connected, it's good. Yes, although you moved, but if it's a positive energy relationship,
that would be good. And I'll know when we go back. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And that's really what you want to be aware of is this relationship negative or is it positive?
Mm,
Is it pushing me towards what I want or is it pushing me away from what I want?
right, right.
You know, and so that's a question that only you can answer
Mm,
with your relationships. But so these are really the three ways that are necessary to create, you know, career, life, you know, business that to love is these are the three key
okay.
components
Yeah.
that I focus on with my clients. But the tool itself, we're not going to do that tonight. This is really an overview, but the tool itself is where we get really into, you're going to walk away with knowing what your top 5 passions are that you're going to focus on, that you're going to put your attention on, that you can change your life, your business. It gave me the clarity I needed to realize that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Okay. Any questions so far?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. So I'd have this question out to everybody who comes here. So what is preventing you currently from creating the career you love? Is there anything that's holding you back that you would say right now, today? Anything?
No, you know what? I don't, you know, what my training, you know, like I work about, between 40 hours, I work about 40 hours
Okay.
and I go to different facilities, and that's what, you know, and that has been a career. I count that as a separate career because I actually get paid from them, opposed from me, everybody, and I get paid from the gym too, which is kind of minimal, but everybody else I have to put a price tag on.
Of course.
So that's my entrepreneurial part along. But I guess you know, nothing one thing is preventing me. I think what it is that I want to keep growing.
Okay.
I want to expand more. Okay. And I want some new things in my life, you know, but I don't, there are some things I don't want to lose.
Okay.
You know, like I love all that training that I do. I just taught a TRX class, you know, with 13 women.
Yeah.
I love that.
Good.
I make a lot of money. I make $40 a class. You know what I mean? I mean, that's like, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But, you know, and but, you know, my true career and the true stability is what I've been doing with lifelong therapy. And I love it. And I want to keep growing in that with him, you know. But right now I can only I work so much that I only have so many hours in the day. And so I guess what's in my head is I only have so many hours to work. And then I have all these like little spaces in between that I like to fill. Okay. And I'm looking to fill that.
Okay. Okay. Because you're putting in a lot of hours, 40 hours in personal training.
Yeah. But part of it is like, I'm such a worker bee, or I think I am. Like I need to have more fun. I need hobbies. I need friends. You know, I feel that's, I focus too much on work. And
you need some balance.
I don't. Yeah. And that's, you know, the center was a good balance for me, but now I feel far away from it. When you're only a 10-minute drive and now you're a 45-minute drive is a big difference.
It is. I mean, I've come from Milford, just like you. So it's okay. I mean, it's not totally far, but it is the back roads.
Well, you know, I work all around the center. I work in Easton, Westport, Darien, Newtown. Okay. So when you're around all that and then you leave at 3:34 and you don't have that house to go to except the one in Milford.
Yep.
And then I get home, and then you just get wrapped up in things, or you go down to the beach. I'm trying to expand a little bit.
Good. Go to the beach and yes.
But then to jump back in my car and drive back to, Mutanov, which I did on Tuesday. I was home, literally, it took me 45 minutes to get home. I stayed home 45 minutes, and then I went back to Mutanov.
Oh God. Okay. Oh God. Now,
Right?
now is your house facing the water like that you can literally walk to it within
I
minutes?
can walk to it. I can walk down Wood Street and get to Broad, and the beach is right there. It takes me 5 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
one day
nice.
you'll have to come and visit.
Yes, we're gonna have to take a walk like you said.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so you need more fun. You need balance, it sounds like to
Yeah.
me, in
Yeah,
hearing
but-
you speak.
Yeah. But I
Okay.
also need, there's also a need, and I hate to use the word the need.
Yes.
In my 60s, my mid 60s, my husband is also, there's no room for retirement at this point in our lives,
Us too.
So
Us too. Now, what does he do?
he's a manager at the Marriott Hotel in Stanford.
Oh, in Stanford. Okay. Okay. So,
He's been there for 13 years. It was a career change for him.
okay.
But truthfully, corporate is not that great. And
No, I know. I know. And he drives to Stanford, or does he take
Yeah.
a train?
Well, no, he drives, and they changed his hours a couple months ago before he had a hip replacement.
Oh God. Okay.
But now they make him come in at 4 o'clock and leave at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh God.
67 years. He's gonna be 67.
Yeah, my husband's 68. I'm 60.
It's not right. It's almost, but what they did is that they lost somebody. He was a night manager, coming in at 2, leaving around 11, sometimes coming home at 1. But those were your options depending on what's going on.
Wow.
So it's really changed. And,
Okay.
and it's almost like he had no choice you know what it's like living in Connecticut.
Oh, I know. And I have so many girlfriends that are moving out of Connecticut. It's just becoming like crazy. I mean, like Gina, at the meeting, she said in about 4 years, her and her husband, they want to move to Arizona.
Yeah.
Her and the 3 kids.
Yeah.
I mean, me and my husband are not going to move yet because my parents are still alive. My mother's got Alzheimer's. I'm here to help. I don't want to leave.
No.
I've got my 2 kids are here, and I would leave that my kids are here. They're fine, but I just don't want to leave my father to care for my mother.
I don't blame you. No, I went through that with mine. I lost both of my parents, but I went through the same thing.
So that's why I'm still here. So I hate to say it, but I just pray that my mom goes within the year so that my father has some peace and that he can have some relaxation and rest. And that, because they're both 85 years old, and so that's why I'm here. But I would move to South Carolina if it was up to me.
That's what you would do, yeah.
That's what we would do.
I don't even know where we would move. And the thing is that my son is here and my daughter's here part time, and
okay.
And I have a very small family. It's not as if I have like a big network out there, like, come to South Carolina or whatever.
I have nobody. I mean, all my family, my sister's in New York. My parents are in Stanford. My kids are in Stanford and Stratford. Yeah. My husband is not connected with his family at all. My husband has his 2 kids here in Connecticut. But he would leave, he wouldn't care. But it's really, it's hard to leave Connecticut, but it's hard to stay in Connecticut. But my husband and I, like, my husband's self-employed. He's an accountant, and I'm self-employed. And he even says it himself. We're not going to be retiring anytime soon. We're just going to continue to work until we can, and that's just the way it's going to be for now. And it's okay. For me, I'm just enjoying that I'm self-employed. Right.
And that you can work from home and you have that freedom.
Exactly.
And you know what? I hope you don't think I'm complaining about my life, because I'm not. Because I'm very grateful for everything I have. Even though we all have our journey. Everybody has their.
We do.
I'm like really, really grateful, and I know I have more than what most have, you know, and it's not so much I want more so I can spend more today. It's security. You want security. And because I do work with Alzheimer's and dementia,
I
and
know.
I went through with my dad. My dad had dementia.
Okay.
My mom got very sick for taking care of him. So
exactly. That's exactly.
I do pray for your prayers, okay? Because my mom, we lost her about a year and a month after my dad.
After your dad. See, key word that you use.
She wouldn't let go of trying to, you know, find ways to help him. I said, Mom, if he had cancer, you would take him to an oncologist. He's got dementia, you know. We need to bring him to someplace where we can help both of you.
Oh, that's where we are right now. My dad is considering putting my mom in a home, but she's not on Medicaid yet, and it would be out of pocket for my dad. And he, you know, he said, you know, Tina, it's going to cost me money. And I said, I know. But he's taking care of her. We got a caregiver that comes 2 days a week to help my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So she's helping. But my mom needs to have somebody that can watch her so that my dad gets a break. And the break he gets is when the caregiver comes or when I go down there and help him. But my mom is becoming more and more challenging. She was here yesterday and I was like, oh my God, I can't wait for her to leave. It's like she's a child.
It's a sad disease, yeah. And they go backwards, you know. So they go back. I don't know if she, you know, has talked about her mom and dad yet. Has she talked about her parents?
Yes.
Yeah, she thinks that you're her parents because that's what they do. They go way, way back.
Yes, she does. She's asking for her mother.
Yeah.
Always asks for her mother. Doesn't recognize me. Doesn't know who I am.
Yeah.
Knows my dad still. Always wants to be with him. Doesn't want him to go anywhere.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want to take a shower. And so she also doesn't know how to go to the bath. Like she doesn't know where to go to the bathroom anymore. So she can go anywhere. She feels like
going. Diapers? Is she in diapers?
She's on diapers. Yep, she's on diapers, and my dad has always got to be on top of her. So it's definitely deteriorating, but she still eats very well. She's getting her nourishment because she eats all the time.
I know, but she doesn't remember when she eats.
No, she eats constantly.
Oh yeah, my dad couldn't. I mean, he would eat, turn around. I thought we were eating, and we sat down. But I see it at the homes all the time, you know, like
yes.
I'm there. I do about 5 classes a week in different facilities. So I'm in a lot
good for you. I mean, good for you. I mean, that's really awesome.
But I do, you know, I get called mom and dad, you know, but they know me because you know what? I've been doing it for 5 years. So it's repetition. I do the same thing over and over again. And I help them with their gait and walking so they don't fall. It's a fall prevention.
Okay.
And I do agility. I do bar classes with them.
Okay.
You know, I play music. You know, they're all on different levels. But, you know, I do pretty good, I got to tell you.
Okay.
Must be something there.
Wow, that's awesome. No, I mean, that's really great, Sue, that you do. So the next slide that I'm going to talk about is really about, there's 7 principles. I'm just going to review one tonight.
Okay.
And the first one is commitment. It's really about, are you committed to choosing in favor of your passion? Because nothing will happen for you unless you're committed.
Mm-hmm.
And begin today to make the choice that, are you committed to changing things? Are you committed to embracing the process, whatever the process is? And that is really the first step out of 7 steps to take. So what do you think about commitment?
Yeah, I know about commitment. You know, we've talked, you know, I've done many years of coaching, you know, with Shackley, with different coaches and all that. And that is a big thing, is commitment. And
exactly.
So you've, you know, I think you've gotten to know me a little bit in the last, you know.
I have.
Yeah. So it's, you know, don't you feel that I'm committed half of the way or most of the way? You know,
I think you are. I think really in listening to you tonight, I see you definitely need more fun and more balance in your life.
Yeah.
I see you. Yeah, you're holding on to your Shakely business.
Yeah.
Because you've been doing it for 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that level of comfort, security, you've done well with it. Okay. But I hear you that you love the personal training. I feel like you love working with Alzheimer patients. Is that accurate, that you love working with those types of people?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how do you feel about working with like, why did you choose Alzheimer patients?
You know what? It was just what happened. It was just an opportunity that came to me. I was at a Shackley convention. I got a phone call from this guy. He says, I just found your resume on Indeed.
Okay.
And I'm looking for a personal trainer to
Wow.
do, fitness and agility for memory care facilities. And I'm hiring. Would you like to meet with me?
Okay.
I would love to.
Now, which facility do you work with?
I go to, we're in all the Maplewoods.
Oh, Maplewood.
Okay, so for me personally, I'm in Stony Hill, which is a true memory care.
Stony what? Stony where?
In Bethel.
Oh, in Bethel.
In Bethel, right across from the big, almost across from the big Y.
Okay.
6.
You said Stony what?
Stony Hill, STONY
Okay.
and Hill.
And Maplewood.
Bethel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm there a lot. I'm there 3 times a week. I do about 7 classes a week there. That was my first.
Okay.
Down the road a piece is a Maplewood Newtown. So it's assisted living and it's memory care. I don't recommend the memory care as much as I recommend the Stony Hill care.
Okay.
Okay, because that's true memory.
Good.
They're really phenomenal. Maplewood has done something.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
There's a lot of Maplewoods around. There's one in Orange.
I thought so. Yes, I thought.
One in Darien. I go to the one in Darien on Saturday.
Okay.
Which is great. And there's also a new one that just opened up in Southport.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, Southport. Now I go to all those, but there's a handful more. But I also go to Epoch of Bridges in Trumbull, and that's a true memory care facility.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So those are the true facilities that I go to. I go to 3 other ones that are assisted living and have memory care in.
Okay.
But I deal more with the assisted living people.
I see.
And I'll go in memory care, but it's small. But
I see. Okay. Good to know. Good to know,
Maplewood.
because I've done some research and I had heard of Maplewood. I never heard of Stony Hill, so I'm definitely gonna.
Yeah, so it's Maplewood and Stony Hill. It's in Maplewood. Mm-hmm.
Good. Thank you so much. I mean, when I heard you say Alzheimer's, I was like, wow, she goes to assisted living places, and awesome. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. So that's what commitment is about, but there is a secret to living a passionate life. And this is what it is. It's whenever you're faced with a choice, a decision, or an opportunity, you want to choose in favor of your passions. And I'm going to share with you a personal story, how this applied to me. When I got laid off and I took the tool, the passion test, I discovered I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I had my resume online as a recruiter, as a trainer, I should say, because that was before. My last job was recruiter. That's the job that I quit last year. And I had my resume online, and whenever I would get a call, I would always look into it and see what it was about, how much money it was, and blah, blah, blah. So whenever this happened, after I did the passion test and I discovered that my top passion, one of them was to be a full-time entrepreneur, and I would get an opportunity to look into, I would say to myself, okay, is this in favor of my passion to be working full-time in this area? And I said no. So what I did was I removed my resume from the job boards, and I said, it's not choosing in favor of my passion. It really wasn't. And however, I did take a job 11 years ago as a recruiter because fear crept in that I was doing my business part-time. I was doing it part-time until last year. And I was doing that plan B, that second, and always saying, I'm going to leave my job. But I'm always making excuses. No, not now, not now, blah, 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 blah. There's always an excuse. And finally last year I said, I'm done. I set a plan. I started saving money in an emergency fund. I started really stepping up the activities of being out there and getting clients and speaking. And I put a date on the calendar. It was going to be July 26th. And I said, I got to do it. And I took all my time off from work. I had no days left. I was ready, but I set the intention that last year was it. But I created a plan of action that I needed to do that. And there were struggles along the way. One of them was my husband kept convincing me not to because he was self-employed. I was the one carrying the health insurance. So that was a tough decision.
Yeah.
I quit with no health insurance.
Yeah.
He had Medicare.
Yeah.
So I did quit with no health insurance. And I'm now, like today, I finally got health insurance. So I took the risk of not getting health insurance because I said that's what was one of the main reasons that I was staying in a job that I hated. Like every day I would walk in, sick to my stomach, didn't like my boss, didn't like what I was doing, just didn't like it. I liked training and development. I didn't like recruiting. Although what I'm doing now as a coach, I have a whole career planning service that'll help you with your resume. I'll help you with your interview. I'll help you with your professional image, interviewing strategies, networking strategies, but you're going to find your own job. I'm not going to find the job for you. I'll just prepare you for that because I believe in helping you, again, finding the right career for you, finding the right fit, living your life with passion and just waking up every day loving what you do. And you really want to align yourself with loving what you do. And if there's an area that you don't really love, it might be time to let it go. And so I felt I wasn't following my own passion. And so I wasn't feeling authentic. I was feeling fake. But people would say to me, and I worked with coaches, and that's another thing I recommend to anybody, you don't just quit, you have to have a plan. You got to work with coaches. If it wasn't for coaches that I work with, I wouldn't be where I am today because they're the people that supported me, guided me. The programs that I created today was because of my coaches that I worked with. And my job was really what was funding my business because the money I was making from my job helped me with my business. So I'm not saying to everybody, oh, quit your job and follow your passion. It's have a plan. Take it slow. There is a journey. It's not going to be, what is the word? It's not a marathon. It's a sprint. It's the process.
The process.
But if you're doing something every day, and that's one of the things was when I say commitment, I was committed every day. I was working on my business. Yeah. And that is the first step.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I know, and the thing is, I don't want to say I've heard this before. I have, but it's one thing to hear it and then turn around and not do it, or it's one thing to do it and hear it and say, okay, maybe this is the right time for me, because it's like in my career, I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but I think where I am right now is that it's like I don't want to let go of Shapley, but I really need to make that commitment to grow it. If not, then I gotta let it go.
Exactly. Either you're gonna grow it or you're gonna let it go.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's where the decision comes in.
And I'm not, and I want to admit to you, I'm not very coachable. I have a wonderful coach that has, and I've been coached with her and many, many people, but I'm not always a good accountability partner,
Okay. Hey, see,
I'm not.
That is so awesome that you're aware of it and you recognize it and you share it. So what is it that's holding you from being accountable? What is it that's holding you back from being accountable? Why are you not accountable? Tell me a little bit about that.
I'm not accountable to others because in my business, I never really had to be accountable for anybody except myself.
Okay.
And even now with my business with Jeff, he trusts me. I do my work. We talk, but we don't talk every week on our work,
Okay. So you are holding yourself accountable. So you are doing the work.
Oh, I am. There are things that, but
okay.
Yeah, I'm not, I have a hard time goal setting, writing things down, being organized. I don't even want to show you what my desk looks like.
Okay. All right.
And, it's more of the business part of the business that I'm not a really good business owner.
Okay.
That's how I feel like I'm not.
Okay.
I do a lot of work. I'm very busy.
Okay. So there's a difference between being busy and being productive. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
like, who was it? Gina was talking about, I'll come home at 5 o'clock. I'd rather kind of putter around the house than sit down and say, okay, it's 5 o'clock. I got to call so-and-so, find out how they're doing on their products.
Okay. Okay. So having a daily habit, ritual, routine is not something that you've applied.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Even my daughter's she's very regimented. She's got a lot of businesses going on and she's always writing notes. And I'm like, Ashley, where did you learn how to do that? She said, Mom, when you go to college, you have to. When you have a business like I have, you have to. You can't keep it all up here.
Yeah, writing it down, right? Well, you know what? And here's the thing, Sue, it can be done. It's being open, being willing to apply because all of us can learn, but it's different tools. Like just, like for example, every day I have top 5 things I want to focus on. And I make a list, I write it down. And that puts my attention on the day.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I got that from Jack Canfield last year. Top 5 priority items. Every day I list 5 things. And I focus on those, and that's where I put my attention. So it's applying different routines, different tools, systems. Discipline is huge. Consistency every day.
You're right.
Every day doing it. And don't beat yourself up over, I'm not organized. I'm not a good business owner. Say, okay, it's okay to say, well, you know what, that's so fun. Like a friend of mine, because she says to me that sometimes I'm too serious and with myself, and you have to have compassion for yourself. You have to love yourself and kind of like talk funny to yourself and say, ha, 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 look at what you just said. Kind of play with it instead of taking things so serious and saying, oh, God, I'm just not a good business owner. What an idiot. Like I would say to myself, what an idiot you are. Like, why did you do something so stupid? That is so dumb. Yeah. So because we're so critical with ourselves. Yeah. We beat ourselves up.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any questions? We are wrapping up.
I know. Yeah, we've been on for a good hour plus.
Oh, which is what it would have been. It would have been an hour. Okay. I plan on being an hour with people anyway. And so my offer to everyone is my workshop, which is a virtual workshop. It is the Discover Your Passions workshop that I mentioned, where you're going to walk away with knowing your top 5 passions. And I offer this to people. It's I do it in 2 sessions. So it's an hour and a half each session. It's virtual, which means like today, like Zoom. And it's $197 for people that are attending my masterclass online. I do offer my price is $297 normally, but I do offer it at $197. And this workshop, and you can go to my website if you haven't already, and you'll see some more videos. Okay. Lifeisideal.com.
Yeah.
And I'm also on Facebook. If you go to Facebook, Life is Ideal, I have a business page as well. I also have a Facebook group where women come in and I do videos, and I have different themes. It would be great if we connect, and I'll send you a Facebook request. Are you on Facebook?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay, I'll connect with you.
And it's Cyr Hyde, CYRHYDE.
Oh, it's CY. Wait.
It comes up like that. It comes up with my maiden name.
Oh, okay. What was that, Sierra?
Pardon me?
Wait, what is it under what name?
It's Sue Hyde. It'll come up with Sue Hyde.
Okay, good. Yeah. That's what I will do. I will make a note. I'll connect with you on Facebook.
Okay.
So any questions you have?
No, let me think about so it'd be $197 for 3 hours, right?
Yep, okay. Exactly. And we're going to talk with this 3 hours. Not only do you walk away with knowing what your top 5 passions are. We're also going to go into limiting beliefs. We're going to get into we're going to talk about different beliefs as well. There's other tools that we're going to talk about that prevent us from living a passionate life. So we're going to also go into more detail, not just knowing your top 5 passions and call it a day.
Okay.
The first session will be really around knowing what your top 5 are.
Okay.
And it's good. It's a foundation to getting that clarity, to knowing what you want to do. What is it that you want to do? You're not sure what you're looking for, like you said, but this gives you that clarity that you could take the next step. Is what it does for people.
Okay.
So, but I'm so grateful for you, Sue. I really thank you so. I love the one-on-one because I feel that I can spend more time with the individual, and you have more time with me.
I got a special gift. I really
you sure did.
Thank you, Tina.
Oh, thank you, Sue. Thank you. Let me stop the sharing. Hold on one second. I'm going to stop the share. I'll stop the recording.